We live in this energetic universe. Energy is the very basis of what the structure of the universe is about. What keeps the structure together is not the structure, it's the energy of the structure. And as far as I'm concerned, that's true of the human body as well. We live in a society that's highly mental and has very little connection between the mental and the physical. We tend to separate those two. But in life, it's all connected. To establish the connection between us and around us is, to me, the object of the exercise. A body that's fluid, well-aligned, and working healthily is automatically more connected to their environment, to the people. We're talking about connection between practitioner and client, connection between the client's inner life and their bodies, and connection between them and their environment. I believe that Hellerwork opens up connection.
The essence of Hellerwork is a beautiful dance that the client and the practitioner do together.
It's how we are in the world, how we move in the world.
It's a relationship with the self and self-acceptance. It's a way for people to have a fuller human experience of themselves and be in touch with themselves.
It's something that you just know in your heart that you were meant to do.
I'm giving to the community in a way that I never thought I could.
Helping people to recognize why they feel the way they feel. This is about life. This is about a lifestyle, and this is about how you go forward in life.
I've had 6 back surgeries, a neurological implant for pain control, and I was just searching. I just always believed that the medical system didn't have all the answers.
More and more people are becoming aware of they're not getting what they want from medicine and trying out other modalities. The body is not just a mechanical unit working on gasoline. The body works on, as far as I'm concerned, is spiritual energy. But the primary import of us being incarnate, so to speak, is to develop our soul, our spirit. It's not just mechanical pressure. It's not just movement. You're also adding your energy to the situation and contributing to the client's energy. Ida Rolf's recipe, which I appreciate tremendously, was major approach in that direction. But she tended to leave off the rest. I became more interested in including the parts of us that were being left out, which was usually the emotions, feelings, awarenesses, and things of the body.
The first major innovation that Joseph Heller made when he began teaching structural integration, and that is the concept that we're not working simply on bodies, that we're working with people, that in healing would come from the heart, that if the heart is awakened, okay, then we have the ability to channel it through our hands into the client's body, and it has a healing effect.
bringing in more and more of this heart, bringing in more of the heart-centeredness, showing up in a training and seeing that the conceptualization of the heart is fabulous, but people still don't know, what does that mean?
Unconditional love is an ideal to which we strive imperfectly because we're humans and we have conditions. The goal of having unconditional love sets a space that, to me, allows the healing to go full bore.
It's a development of one's consciousness to open the heart. Like, really pay attention to the connection from your heart into your hands.
The more relational capacities we have, I think the healthier we get as organisms. And to bring it back into Hellerwork and to see, I think practitioners have a very, very unique opportunity because of the intimacy, the closeness that's there, so they have an opportunity to feed to their clients something that's so desperately needed in the world.
When you're working with the person, your interest is the person's life, the person's movement in and through life. The more context you have, the more powerful your interventions. You get a sense of what you're engaging.
I am working with you. I am working with your history. I am working with your present and your future and your body and what you do in everyday life, and that is move.
I'm there to support individuals in reclaiming aspects of their being, their body, their abilities.
To give people more freedom. Freedom of the choice of how their body moves, how they are in space, how they connect with gravity, how gravity can be their friend, and how we can allow life to pass through us.
We tend to bury so much inside of our bodies, and Hellerwork helps us to find a path to communicate with someone about what we bury so that we can release it. I've had clients cry through a session because they felt so good.
And the work is so effective, they get out of pain usually in the first session.
It's really a transformational process that allows them to grow in new ways and heal past traumas, to be more fully themselves and more embodied in their body in a way that they love and feel more alive and more vital and more energized.
In practically all health work, the knowledge is in the practitioner's head. So the paradigm shift that I'm going to offer you this afternoon is that there's more knowledge in the client's body than in the practitioner's head. When I'm talking about how can we access the knowledge in her body, this is one of the ways, okay? Because she's automatically working on that spot by herself. What I'm finding is that I start them moving and the body automatically goes towards taking care of it, or fixing it, loosening it. The obvious advantage of working out of gravity on the table is you take gravity out of the equation and the muscles can all relax. That's great. But most of life happens in gravity. So I'm beginning to believe that most of our work should be in gravity. The work becomes much more effective when both parties are contributing to the outcome rather than having one party be passive. Results happen faster, but what happens that to me is as important as results happening faster is that the connection between the client and the practitioner becomes much deeper, and the client begins to appreciate the knowledge that's in their own body. They know a lot about their bodies, and that we are tools by which they can take care of themselves.
When you allow the client to move with your hands in the tissue, the benefit far exceeds what we were taught.
It's being very focused and mindful movement. It can be small little intrinsic movements, but awareness and waking up the areas that we're asleep in.
To me, this is working with what I would call the real anatomy trades. When we're working this way, we're working with the actual tension lines that are happening through the body rather than some theoretical ones. Remember, no movement is bad. You can't make a wrong movement, you can't make a bad movement, you can't screw it up. Every few minutes in my sessions now, every few minutes, I ask people to stand up and take a walk. Just to register the changes into their bodies so that it's not a head trip. And I'm happy to say that almost without exception, every time they feel a change.
And as a practitioner, this really, it's giving us permission to explore, permission to try new things, permission to work with our clients in different ways.
We're always evolving and being educated and re-educated at our continuing education workshops so that we grow with the work. And because of that, your body grows, your body-mind grows. And that's what this work is about, is how the body-mind blends together.
I was able to reach deeper into myself, to release some of my sensitivities, fears, and vulnerabilities, which allowed me to connect more with other people, with my partner, with my family, with others around me.
Community, friendship, it's just lovely to meet with people from all over the world that you've met on other trainings, that you've made connections with, that sometimes refer you clients from other countries, and that we all share common goals.
If I were perfectly honest, I would say that the ultimate goal that I would have would be to teach people how to take care of themselves. What I would say to people is to put more attention into their bodies.
Because the more you can feel your whole body, the more you can sense your strength, the more you can risk. And remember, it's the mind of man that says we have a nervous system, we have a muscular system, we have a endocrine system. They're all working together, part of the human body, part of the earth, part of the connection.
I think that what I'm suggesting is that we stay open to an exploration of how this work can succeed best. And at this point, it's obvious to me that movement needs to be a large part of that exploration, because that is really what we're working on, is how the body moves. And we've been taking infant steps in that direction, and as far as I'm concerned, there's a lot more to come.